I grew up in Southwest Detroit on Carson near Pitt, and Carson and Pitt was a intense section of the community. There was 3 of us who lived on Carson at the time that helped to start a youth group, a neighborhood-based youth group called Expressions, that was built around young people's talents and interests. We discovered that there was enough of an interest in lowriding in the community, and we thought that it would be great to build a lowrider car club that was actually designed to help mentor young people. From there, the lowrider car club expanded, and as we learned more about young people's interests at the time, people that were younger than us even, we learned that there's also quite an interest in street art, and there's also quite an interest in media. And so we were able to use lowriding, media, and street art together to mentor a small portion, of a generation of young people in our community, Southwest Detroit. To watch a young person learn about something in a way that's connected to things that they're interested or talented with, or passionate about, is exciting, especially when maybe they're used to being in an environment like a school setting where they don't normally excel, or they've had run-ins with the legal system and they just can't seem to get it right, and then all of a sudden you put the tools in their hands that are related to things that they're interested in, and so many other things start to make sense. Not just what it is that they're learning about. All of a sudden there's parts of math that make more sense. There's parts of reading and comprehension that start to make more sense. All of a sudden now there's magazines that they want to be able to read. Expressions was nice as it was, and we didn't want it to have to become an organization. And so we made some decisions that we would start an organization to support groups like Expressions. That organizational evolution was called Young Nation, and I came to the University of Detroit Mercy to get the skills needed to create and grow Young Nation. The Alley Project is an initiative of Young Nation, and it exists in a residential alley. It spans 1 city block. It includes the alley itself with the garage doors where there's murals, 2 residential lots which were converted into a common space where people can get together, create artwork, and a garage that was converted into a studio and gallery space called Studio Luevanos. The Alley Project started as a way to meet a community need with community assets. And the need was there were homeowners and people who lived in homes that had high incidence of vandalism occurring on their property. And another need was that there was a lot of young people that were interested or involved in street art that didn't have a place to practice or create art. Another key asset was there was a group of artists that were willing and able to spend time, with a group of young people and also meet some neighbors. And the result was a participatory design process that we were able to do in collaboration with the Detroit Collaborative Design Center, which is housed in the School of Architecture, to create a master plan. And not only did we do participatory design, we also did participatory build. And so the results of those processes are what you see today as the present day, the Alley Project. For me, motivation for getting involved in the community or doing community service projects is part of a bigger task of, I guess, learning what your calling is in life. And not only for myself, but also trying to help other people discover that. It's helpful to look at your calling in life as a place where your passion intersects your community's needs. And however you define community, is fine. It can be geographic, it can be, ethnic, it can be cultural, it can be, it can have to do with an interest. But you have a community or numerous communities that you belong to, and they all have needs, and you also have things that you're good at. And where those things intersect, I believe strongly that is a place where you can support yourself. That's a place where you can root your self-esteem. That's a place where other people value you and who you are and what you're doing. And it's a place where you have all of the massive amounts of energy that's required to do anything that's worth working towards. For me, Young Nation and the Alley Project are places where my passion intersects my community's needs. Being involved in your community is not a one-way track where you're just giving to somebody else or to something else and they're receiving it. The importance of being involved in your community has to do with the processes that you engage in, while being involved in your community, the relationships that are built, the things that you learn along the way, and the way that those things shape you as a person.